everyone to a great song off of Alive, Rock Bottom. I've got, after this song, one more to do. I'm waiting till I get a special guitar to do that for you. But yeah, I have this song and the next one, and then I have all of the Alive record figured out. So, alright, this is tuned down to E flat as you would expect. My notes are written out below. The intro is a little bit shorter than the studio version, which is actually nice. So if we think of them in, at least the intro, in chords, it makes it easier to remember what you're doing. Alright, so we're going to be on the 5th fret 1st string, 6th fret 2nd string, 7th fret 3rd string, referencing a D minor. Alright. We'll do this twice. So there's 2 D minors. We're going to add suspended and additions to the chord. So what we're going to do is pick the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. Then we'll add our pinky down to the 1st string. Again, picking 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll add our pinky to the 8th fret and do the same picking pattern. The picking pattern is exactly the same. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. So let's go through this once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. Alright, so there's our 2 D minors with the add-ons. Alright, back and forth from the 7th fret, 8th fret, back to 7, and then we start over at 5. Alright, after that we're going to move to an A minor. Alright, so we'll just be fretted on the 3rd, 1st, and 2nd string at the 5th fret. And we're going to add 7 and 8 to this. So again, 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string. Again. That's the first measure of the intro. Alright. Now we're going to move to some different chord shapes. We're going to go to a D chord shape. Alright. We're going to be here at the 5th fret, so that's an F. For this F, the first time through, he puts his pinky on the 7 and 8 back to 7. Alright. Picking pattern's the same. Alright, we only go through the F once, I'm sorry. So one time together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we move that up a step to a D. Now the D will be just like playing a D sus4. We'll put our pinky right down under our ring finger, so we'll be going from the D form at the 7th fret to 8, and then 10, back to 8. Then we go back to A minor. So we've done F, G, now we go back to A minor to finish out this measure and do that twice. Now we start the outro section, if you will. Again, the studio version's a little bit longer, but for this, with the Alive version, we're going to move all the way up to the 12th fret with the D shape. That's a C chord. One step down from D, C. And we're going to be suspended 4th, and then add our pinky up to 15. Do that once, then we move back to G. Now, or I'm sorry, G, yeah, at the 7th fret. Then our F. Now this F, I don't know if it was a mistake or they planned it that way. He does the sus4 rather than going up to 7 and 8. We're going to go 6 and then 8. so that's the difference in the F chord between the second measure and the third measure. I wrote that out. I bolded the sixth when we play that versus the seventh fret of that first string. All right, so let's take it from the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. What we do is go back to G. So we're doing G, F, back to G. Then we're winding up on an A minor, and they kind of slow down a little bit. We'll go back to 7 and then strum the chord. So it'll sound like this, the very last half measure. So just put your 7th fret on the 4th string, keep that 5th bar, and that's your A minor. Okay, again, I've written this out. It'll really help you follow along. Now we turn up the distortion and we go into the verse. So for verse 1, I just wrote out the chords. These are power chords, simple G to A, and then D twice to A. So it's almost like a call, G, A, and then D, D, A is your answer, all right? And that's consistent throughout it. So G, A is our first, then D, D, A, all right? Now it's E, F sharp, then our D, D, A answer. We'll repeat that one more time. The second time through, we just hold the A and do a slide down into the next half of the verse, all right? So let's take it from the second measure of the verse where we go G, A, D, D, A, E, F sharp, D, D, A held and slid down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to repeat really both measures. The only difference, instead of holding the A at the end, we're going to hit D, D, A a total of 2 times. All right, so the very last measure after the slide down. To the chorus, which is a B chord. Chorus 1, it sounds like this. All right, so what we're going to do is hit the B power chord twice. And then we're going to take our first finger off of that B and we'll be placing it back on twice. Then we go up to a D power chord, 5th root. Then we hit it again and slide up to an E. Hit that, let it ring. So we have this so far. Now we're going to hit the open to 2 again twice. Back to D. Then we come back and start again with a B to our open 2 twice. Up to D, and then A, and then an E power chord. All right, so that is the chorus 1. Same with chorus 2. After chorus 1, we got the solo. The solo rhythm is exactly the same as verse 1. All right, so after the solo and the solo rhythm, we have chorus 2, and then we go into verse 2. Okay, So for verse 2, it's slightly different in the fact that it's just 2 measures. So we're going to do G, A, D, D, A, then our E, F sharp, D, D, A. The second time through, we'll do the D, D, A twice at the end, all right, before we go into chorus 3, which leads us out of the song. So verse 2 will sound like this. So the difference with chorus 3 as I went into it, we're going to go to an A and not the E. Alright, so after we hit this D here, just hit the A back at the 5th root. Because then you'll go into the second measure, which is the same. The third measure leads us out of the song. All right, so we're going to go through sliding up to D again. When we come out of this, what we're going to do, we'll be hitting our 2 notes. Instead of going up to D, we will just hit an E power chord here at the 6th root note. All right, and then we'll go to D twice, A, D twice, A. So the last measure of the chorus will sound like this. All right, you got the song. So we'll go over the solo next. First couple measures of the solo at the 5th position, pretty much I'll show you that. Alright, so what we're going to do is a little bit of a string rake into the 3rd string at the 7th fret with a bend, release, pull off to 5 on the 3rd string, landing back on the 7th fret of the 4th string. Then what we want to do, a little Chuck Berry run, we're going to hit 5 to 6 on the 3rd string, then 5 on the 2nd and 1st. Then we're going to take 8, slide that up to 10 on the 2nd string. Then we're changing positions now. We're in the 2nd position of the pentatonic. We're going to hit 10 on the 1st string, 3 times bent, then once unbent. Then we go 8, 10, 8, and land on 10 on the 2nd string with some vibrato. Then we take 10, we're going to bend it up twice, the 3rd time with a bend and release twice. Then we'll do it again and kind of slide up. Then he comes back with 8, 10, 8 on that 2nd string. And we move back into that 1st position. All right, what we're going to do is pull off from 8 to 5 on the 1st string, hit 5 on the 2nd. Then we'll hit 8 and pull off to 5 on the 2nd string. Then we're going to hit 8 on the 3rd string, 7, 5. Then we move up to the 4th string at 5. Alright, it's a hammer on for 5 to 7, 4th string, coming down to 5 on the 3rd string. Then we take 7 on the 3rd string, bend, release, pull off to 5. Landing on 7 on the 4. Alright, so let's take it from the pull-offs slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. at that point, we're going to go to the 5th string and slide from 5 to 3, and then we'll hit 5, pulling off to 3 while we pick slide. Alright, the next half of the solo, I'll play it all for you. The last half you won't see, but I'll show it to you. It'll sound like this. Alright, so to start this off, we're basically, we were at the 5th fret, now we're at 17. Same A minor scale, pentatonics. We're going to take 20, bend that up and release and pull off to 17, landing on 19 on the 3rd. Alright, then we're going to take 20, bent, unbent, and bent again. Then we're going to hit 17 and hammer onto 20, pull back off to 17, and then hit 19 on the 3rd string, back to 17 on the 2nd, 19 3rd, 17 on the 2nd. Then we come to the 1st string at 20. So it's another bent, unbent, and bent. Then we're going to do hammer on from 17 to 20, another pull off to 17. Then we're going to land on 20 on the 2nd, back to 17 on the 1st. Alright, now we're going to come to the 3rd string. We're going to do a little Zeppelin-ish lick. We're going to bend the 3rd string at 19, hit 17, and then pull off from 20 to 17. Now the next two, we're going to pull off from 20 to 17 twice. Then we're going to hit 19 bent, go to 17 on the 2nd, 17 on the 1st. Come back to 19 with a bend, release, pull off to 17, end up on 19 on the 4th, and 17 on the 3rd to finish and slide off. Alright, so let's take it from those bends. We'll do the first one twice and the next two, we'll do the first one once, 20 to 17, and then the next couple twice. Slide down, and then I'll show you the end of the solo. We'll zoom back in. So the end of the solo will sound like this. Alright, so what he does to end it is 5, 6, 7 on the 5th string, then the 4th string, and on the 3rd string at 5. Then we're going to take 7, bend, release, and pull off to 5, and then hit 7 on the 4th string, and we'll do that twice. So all together, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're back into the chorus. Alright, so that's all the song. I've written it out. One more to go for a live. I really hope you guys enjoy. Not very difficult, but damn, it's just a great song. So I hope you enjoy.